And if you're wondering, it's because you got to do your equal share of work, and you took off before work was officially over. Reds. And those are pretty standard based on reality of sailing vessels in the company. Yeah, that was added to. And now he's showing idle. I don't understand. Now he's showing idle. I know he was sick last week. All right, I think we're just gonna have to go with that one because we're already 5 minutes late. Okay. So let me get ready to switch us over here. Oh, oh, all right. I'm gonna take a drink before I go. No. Oh my word. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Hey there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. It's Deacon Blues here from DeaconsTable, and in front of you is my cast of wonderful friends and individuals from the Deacons Table Discord community, as well as some people, from offline IRL situations, and that's how we've all come together. Welcome to another episode of Southern Expanse, our fifth edition Dungeons and Dragons live stream. We are on episode 6 already of our first season. We are, as you may notice, it appears we are short one today. He may join us, in a little while, but at the moment he is unable to be part of the table. Then that's okay. So we will adjust on the fly the best we can, and that's just the way it goes. The job of a DM is never done.
Real life comes first.
Yeah, real life does come first. Exactly. That's always a priority. So I'm going to go around the table and we're just going to find out who the character is and what they are. And then we will introduce the actual players at the end of the stream and find out where you can locate them and so on and how you can become even part of our community. So with that, we're going to start off with Nachfin, actually.
Oh dear, I wasn't here for this. Sorry. Nachfin is a turtle. He is a lover, not a fighter, though he will fight if he needs to.
And Daksha.
I am a Luxodon monk, tradesman turned pirate, and also a monk. So we'll see how that all goes.
Yeah, monk pirate. Yeah, interesting
Monk
combination.
pirate elephant of all things. And actually, I think I might be a little sneakier than people think for a Luxodon.
That's a possibility. That is a possibility. And Tinkle.
Well, I'm Tinkle. I'm the small pirate. I keep all my friends out of trouble. And I am the life of the ship. So I like to play music. I like to dance. Everyone loves me. So yeah, I'm the life of the party.
And Gabriele.
Gabriele is a shrunken warlock who might be willing to lend a tentacle to one of her fellow crewmates. Whether that be helpful or hindering, let's find out.
Depends on if it's Whistler or not.
Yeah,
More like if it's Tinkle or not.
that too. And Whistler.
I'm going to be playing Whistler, Cranky's Tenku Sorcerer. And yeah, he's going to be trying his best to try to keep all these poor schmucks from killing themselves.
I think you have that backwards.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to kill themselves,
Whistler
but you might
and
get them
Tinkle
killed.
have them backwards.
Well, in all actuality, me and Nachfin are the only ones that didn't get us into trouble or had to get out of trouble from.
And hey,
Pretty
I know
sure
what
I didn't get in trouble.
Didn't get mad at me. It was
Well, you got the dragon involved, and Whistler went to a bar without us, and then and also got in trouble the last episode with a little girl, which I had to rush in and save, and then Nachfin came in afterwards to save. So in all actuality, I think we're the ones here to save you guys.
You started the bar fight
I did not start the bar fight.
by swinging over on a tentacle of all things.
Keep that in mind, Tinkle. Next time you fall overboard and you need my little ice blocks.
So you're basically getting a sort of a fun version of a recap of what our crew has been undergoing so far. Bar fights and sea dragons and orc pirate vessels and plundered booty all around. But as of right now, the party has found themselves in the village of Sorath, which is part of a region known as the Summer Wave Shores. Sorath is near the home of Nachfin, and it is Nachfin who has brought the crew and the ship, the Tainted Heart, to these waters themselves to help a friend who has sent requests out. He actually sought his former crew and captain, and has pledged to come back aboard as another crewman again after a 5-year hiatus. But in return, the bosun has asked the captain to deliver them and allow them to perform certain tasks. Of course, she'll want some form of a cut if there's a reward or a booty that has been plundered, such as the pirate way. Uh, so that is where we find ourselves. They did actually end up in, I believe, what you were in. Sorry, I'm just pulling it up now.
We're at the ship right now, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you are at the ship. I do believe that you guys did go and get Whistler, bring him back. So you are currently at the ship, and you have some basic information that there is the armor that has been stolen. It is a sentimental armor to Noctin's friend, who is the owner of a fine tailor shop. She is quite the seamstress, and basically she's left it in your court, and she did say there would be a reward of some kind upon returning the armor to her.
And didn't we find a kind of shifty dude that we were trying to ask questions, and they were kind of.
You did
the
ask
cook in the
questions
kitchen.
of the cook that was in the kitchen. You
We were going to
did
follow him, I think, was our plan.
exactly, and that is a Martillo, the human, with the hoarse voice and the bulging blue eyes, that big scar on his cheek. Yes, that is the individual that. I mean, obviously, Nachfin knows him a little bit. I mean, they're not best of friends for sure, but he knows of him and knows that he's originally got a seedier background than some, and so he says he doesn't know anything, but it was pretty clear that he's hiding something. So that is where we've left it. So how you guys are going to proceed from this point, I turn it over to you.
Oh, I was wrong. We were actually at the bar.
Were you still at the bar?
Yes.
No, we made it back to the ship.
No, we had made it.
Oh no, we were on our way back to the
I
ship.
don't remember. I just remember talking to the dude.
I know that we walked out of the bar.
I
I'm
know we got
100%
back to
sure
the
of
ship.
that. but I don't.
Sorry,
Yeah,
know.
I think we left. I think we left.
Oh,
You had
right.
just left, and walked out the front door. Some of you did.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Okay.
I apologize.
We already had
Sorry.
too much to drink.
That is a good possibility.
Dag, are you on the stream right now?
On the chat part, yes.
Yeah.
I don't have the other part up.
Can you click on the other part to see if it's airing? Because according
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
airing.
sure.
It is airing. I'm watching
Yep,
it.
yep, it's working.
Yeah, so am I.
I got a random commercial, but it is airing.
so it's there, Ace.
Okay,
Mhm.
just wanted to make sure.
Mine, I think mine's
Yep.
frozen.
Yeah. We all look a
I'm
little bit
not
weird
watching
here.
mine.
I'm like this.
Oh no, I have mine on a tab hidden, and I pop out the chat so I can still interact with the chat but not see the actual stream. But I can pull it up if someone asks.
We may be
If
having
the stupid commercial would go away, I would tell you if it's working or
I
not.
just have mine playing in the background.
some issues with the with Twitch, but you know,
Well, that wouldn't surprise me.
yeah, it could happen.
Right now, it's working for me. It's a couple seconds behind what I'm saying, so it's
Yep.
working.
It's working again.
Okay, so yeah, it's just Twitch being Twitch.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just Twitch being Twitch.
wanted to make sure because I was getting
It's a twitchy
messages.
twitch.
It is a twitchy Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my next
So,
character.
so you
Yeah,
guys were headed
God.
back to the ship. That was the objective, to regroup and kind of discuss your options. So as you reboard the vessel, you are stopped at the top of the gangplank by the bosun, Yaroslav, who is one mighty gift towering over most of you, other than our Loxodon friend. But he specifically puts a hand on the shoulder of Whistler. Whistler, right now I know you're performing a task currently at hand. However, once that is done, the captain is going to want to see you in her quarters.
He's going to look confused.
It doesn't sound good, and you know that when the captain asks to see somebody in her quarters, it is usually for some form of reprimand. With that, he does turn and walk away. And now I turn it over to you guys. You guys have now boarded the ship. You have the information that was given to you, and how are you proceeding?
If you need somebody to follow any individuals, I am not a bad follower.
I'm not very sneaky. Just
What-
say that right now.
What time of day is it?
It's early evening still.
Okay. I would like to make my way to the captain's quarters if I can.
Okay. So you're going to head to the captain's quarters. Anybody else got anything specific they're going to be doing at the immediate moment?
I'll probably just wait for the others because I was tasked with a particular job.
No, your job to discuss with your crewmen and figure out what your plan of attack is going to be for this particular.
Right, so I'm sticking with them.
Okay.
Tinkle, what do you think?
Oh, now you want to know what I think. You think I get into trouble. You guys got into this. So where are we going now?
Now wait
here
a
to save you
minute.
guys.
Did I say that you got in trouble?
You always say I get in trouble.
Maybe
But
we
you're
should
the
have
one
follow
that
the
has
never
turtle.
said
multiple
this.
hands.
Maybe we should follow the turtle.
Okay, Whistler's just going to mimic what Tinkle just said and point to him. He goes, "You always get into trouble."
I
So
look
you
at him
guys
and I say,
are joking and gesturing a little bit on the deck, discussing following the individual Martio from the tavern later on. And of course, we'll jump over to Nachfin, who is standing outside the captain's door.
I'll knock lightly and wait for a response.
Okay. Takes a few moments.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Enter
I'll open the door and enter and close the door behind me.
Nachfin. So nice of you to still consider us family.
Always family. Family never leaves the heart.
She's standing in front of currently a full body mirror that is at the foot of her bed that has obviously been secured to the floor. It is quite an ornate and beautiful piece. The fact that it has been kind of modified to attach permanently to the floorboards would probably make some people cringe, but it really is fitting of a pirate of her stature. She is even adorning her tricorn cap. Currently, there is a red feather sticking out top, and she's quite seems pleased with herself. And she does turn to look at you. And so, what can I do for you?
He will explain, because I'm not going to go into a whole story of it. But essentially, what had happened with us on the island, how we had visited the shop and got a request to find this armor, and then went to the cook, and the cook seemed shady, and so he would like to, and I'll say this in the accent, I would like to request a pursuit mission of this cook. He's very clearly telling us non-truths. I believe that he may know a lot more than he says that he does. But I wanted to get your permission first because, obviously you are the captain, you make the decisions. And so.
Well, at this point, my plans, or at least I have considered many options, but right now, with the advice of my officers, we will be remaining here in dock in Sorath for possibly 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even a month, depending on the situation. As you know, some of our repairs were not finished due to lack of funds, so we are continuing to work salvage and sending teams out here. And of course, if there's any jobs here, I will be trying to get some advance pay so that we can get the work done on the ship. So yes, you may take your Tinkle and immediate companions and perform this task if necessary.
Now, one question: do we have to take Whistler?
She smiles and she chuckles, very very chuckles. She goes, Whistler has a good heart. And his heart has really been in the vessel since he's joined the crew. I think he has a story to be told, but I'm not sure he's able to tell that. And then she kind of chuckles again a little bit. Not that that's a laughing matter much, but
he grows on you. This is for sure. Yes. Go easy on him. He tries a little too hard sometimes. I think he just needs to learn the rules.
Yeah, I think he tries too hard, and Tinkle. We all know Tinkle. He sometimes doesn't try hard enough in some things.
We could all learn much from each other, I think.
I think so. I think your small group is well fitted. Well fitted. Unfortunately, John Cardinal will not be able to join you at the beginning of your journey anyway. I will let me know which directions you're headed if possible, and I will send him along your way should he be feeling better. But some of the ailments of sea can really, it can take a toll for sure.
We will keep you well informed, obviously.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate it, Captain. Thank you. And he'll bow and then back out of the room.
So you
join everyone else. Yeah, return everyone else.
At least he was smart. He asked the captain. I thought he asked the
captain runs the ship. You don't do a damn thing unless you talk to the captain first, especially if it's leaving the ship to follow somebody.
Yeah, everybody has to share in the equal work and responsibility.
Well, it's just. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's just basically the way it would be on a pirate vessel. So until you're officially dismissed, you're on the job.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
that's
you
where
never do a
Whistler made
thing
his
unless
mistake.
the captain says so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, I'll return and I'll let them. I'll walk up to the party and say the captain has given us the okay to follow the cook. Um, I don't really know too much about stealth though, so perhaps one of you could assist me in this.
Good idea for talking to Captain. I like this.
Oh,
Whistler's just
God
holding his
runs
hand.
by the right.
Whistler's just holding his hand up when he mentioned something about stealth.
Whistler, you have problem? I know she's being ornery.
What do you got?
Okay.
Daksha realizes you raised your hand with stealthiness,
Okay.
but she's being ornery.
He says in apparently Tinkle's line, and then he goes, switch it over to John's line, Ken. Gabrielle's line, Ken, and then switches over to the little girl's line, help!
I think that. Sorry, go ahead.
You really need to stop squeezing down there to make yourself sound like a girl.
We need to give him a better word for help.
Yeah, it's like a phrase book or something that we could like read to him, and then he would know the words.
Okay, so we're allowed to
If
get off the boat,
everyone
right?
says help,
Yes, yes. The captain
we'll
has.
have plenty of choices on help.
The captain has said yes. We are free to leave the boat to follow the cook.
Oh, go follow the cook. Okay, let's go. As I just take off.
And there are a
I
few
don't
that
even wait for
aren't
anybody.
very
I just-
sneaky.
Tinkle, do you even know how to be quiet following someone?
No.
We're not even near
Chases
them.
after.
Nachfin will shake his head.
She chases after Tinkle.
I should say Nachfin will shake his head and follow.
I think
This is
Gabrielle-
going to end in disaster. I know it.
Yeah, you know,
Gabrielle-
not Finn, you know Tinkle well enough. Gabrielle, you've actually known him well enough as well that he can be quiet when he wants to be. Actually, exceptionally
Halflings,
quiet.
Definitely.
You know, and a lot of people have complained that sometimes he's too much. So.
What I wouldn't give for passing that trace right now.
I know, right? For the ones that aren't as stealthy.
I think Gabrielle looks over at Nachfin. I don't think we're gonna end well doing this.
As long as we get some answers, I suppose this is the only goal.
I can
However,
just
we
take
have,
out of him.
well, this is a possibility. It may come to that.
Okay, so are you going now to find a spot to wait, or are you
Is there
going
like-
to wait a little bit later until later in the evening?
Is there like a building across from the tavern, or maybe like a building that made within like 30 or 40 feet from it that we could take a spot in, or sit in, or wait in, or like a street corner or something that doesn't look too suspicious?
Yeah, I am.
Like a bunch of people just hanging out, you know.
Well, you guys, I did share the map with you guys in the Discord, the village of Storath, so it is there. Big building number one is that is the tavern that you know of. Those little squares that you see are houses. So there is four houses in behind the tavern. Would probably be about 50 yards maybe. And then almost about 100 yards just off to the one side, there's a single house. And then there's the market, the open market that is, sitting right at pretty much 30 feet from the front door.
So which number is the inn?
Number one.
Number one? Okay. So myself, I get right to the door because I'm moving, and I seem to be very quick as I go.
Yeah.
For a small little guy. And once I get to the door, I wait for everyone else. So I guess you're trying to go to another building, is what you're trying to do? That I see what everyone's doing.
Yeah, is it Give me 1 second here. What am I doing?
And sorry, Chris, if we want to message anything to you, is that in Discord?
Yes, please use Discord
Okay.
because yeah, I won't be able to pull up the screen.
Is it possible to go to the underside of the building that's directly above of one? It doesn't have a number, but it's just a
That little brown square.
no, just above that, the actual gray building, and then just stand on like the outskirts.
Yeah,
so
that
I
would
can
be.
I
That's
just
about,
sorry, go ahead.
there's about 150, or sorry,
Oh, is it okay?
about 220 yards away.
Yeah, maybe that's a bit too far.
Yeah.
What about that brown square that you were mentioning?
The one is that's almost about 100 yards. The one buildings behind it are about 50 yards, and then maybe 10 to 20 yards for the market.
I want to be able to see the entrance.
The
maybe
market, you
stand
can
on
see the entrance, or the one building that's north of the.
No, I apologize. I would like to see the entrance of the where the cook is, the tavern that the cook is in. So maybe if I were to stand on the outskirts
kitchen door?
of the mark.
Is that because he is the cook?
That's true, isn't it? And I would know that too. So I apologize. This is taking so long.
That's okay.
So up here. Yeah. So where would the kitchen door be? Like at the back of the building then?
Yes.
Okay.
The kitchen has a door in the back.
In that case, yeah, by the cluster of 4 boxes directly behind the tavern.
Okay. So you
if I can, and then just kind of like hide in amongst those boxes.
So you're kind of maneuvering around, kind of leaving the road after you get off the ship, and just kind of walking across past the market towards those houses.
Yes.
Are others going to join him, or are you letting Nachfin do that particular watch alone?
I think Gabriele will join him because the 2 of them aren't the stealthiest. So I think maybe keeping our 2 non-stealthies together might be the better option.
And I think Whistler is probably going to follow suit because he's going to an area where he's trying to be stealthy, and he specifically said he can help out with that. So now he's going to.
Okay, well, they're going to a spot where they don't have to be as stealthy. They're using the buildings for cover, so they don't have to be as stealthy, and they're about 50 yards away. So Gabriele and Nachfin are not as stealthy, and you are classified as one of the 2 stealthiest individuals in the group. So that might not be your best option, just to kind of get heads up.
Okay, so it might be better to stick around with Daksha then.
And Tinkle, yeah.
Okay.
What time of the day is this? And
it is now beginning to be early night. It was in a late evening when you were on the ship. By this point, it's you're probably 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Maybe?
So, are there any patrons that are meandering near the entrance of the bar at all?
Oh yeah, there's a couple. I mean, keep in mind it is a small village that you guys. Go ahead.
So what Daksha would do is kind of just nicely approach to one of us. Excuse me. Do you know when this bar closes so that I do not miss my chance to have fun?
Usually at high moon.
Thank you very much. So then I'll come back and I'll kind of relay that to the group. And basically, she's going to try and spend her time in a way that is just normal, but nearby. So like that marketplace, so I think she'll go around and start from the farthest away and work her way closer to the tavern as it gets later in the day.
Okay. So you're kind of browsing.
Time out. And that way she'll spread out her time to match up with the bar. And then after, if she sees him come out or whatever, then she'll go to stealth mode.
Okay. So we will address that. Cool.
Whistler first.
Oh, Whistler.
I just noticed, given my way of stealth, I am actually going to go with Garrett and Gabriele.
Okay.
Because they're not nearly as stealthy. My style of stealth would help them a lot.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So you're gonna go with them.
Oh, great. Now Tinkle has a chance to having a date with Daksha. Thanks.
What are you talking
That
about?
was the
In
plan.
Tinkle's mind, this is already a date.
You gotta give the couple the alone time. I mean, geez.
So Tinkle, what are you doing? Daksha has kind of wandered over to the market.
Good. So now everyone has left me. So I got
Oh,
there.
dear.
Everyone disappeared. So I'm like,
Oh, no. Daksha did come up to you and explain when the bar closes, and probably would have told you that I'm gonna browse the market so that I'm, not causing any disturbances. So she
yeah,
would
make sure
actually
you.
have told you.
Sounds good. So once Daksha disappears, I
Yep.
go in.
You're
Oh,
just gonna
boy.
go in?
I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All right. So going to those buildings that are about 50 yards between or 50 yards the backside of the tavern. We've got Nachfin, Whistler, and Gabriele headed to those four four houses. Is basically what they are. They're not shacks or anything like that. They're very simple, modest, but comfortable homes. Little
Mhm.
gardens out front and a little stone walkways. I mean, there is the main roads, but I mean, there's little walkways here and there with flower patches and trees. Pretty small trees for the most part, in this particular area. But there is a couple of clumps of larger trees as well. But again, they're not really a great vantage point for what you're looking to do. But if you're looking to do the doors, so you get over to those four buildings, are you looking for some place in particular? Um,
You talking to me, Chris?
no, the individuals that are going
Okay,
to the buildings.
that's what I thought.
I apologize. I should
So
pay
that's
attention.
not Finn Whistler and Gabrielle.
Sorry.
I sincerely apologize. I should pay attention.
That's
Fine.
okay.
As far as I know, I'm just hanging out behind the boxes, just trying to keep a very low profile, stealthy as much as I can. Or they're not boxes, they're houses. You said, right?
Yeah, they're houses.
Yeah, just go. I don't know, like want to creep around a house. Oh, that's creepy.
I mean, there's people. I mean, keep in mind this is part of the village. These are not. It's not like a farm and that. So there are individuals out going
Yeah.
for walks, and um, yourself from being from these parts. It's a pretty laid back area. Um, it's they wouldn't really, especially for someone like yourself, you're probably pretty recognizable in these parts, considering, as I said, it's a small population village, and you
Yeah.
have,
In that case, I will definitely pull my hood up. And yeah, I guess I'll just hang out.
hang out.
Look non-suspicious as much as I can until I see the cook come out.
Yeah,
Right.
Gabrielle's doing the same thing. Trying not to look suspicious, hanging out with a turtle.
All right, so basically you got Gabrielle and walking beside Nachman, who's got his towel up, and they're just having a casual conversation, just kind of walking around, just like looking like people that would be going for a walk and
Yeah,
talking
sure.
and whatever else. I mean, we're not talking about the days of the internet and TV and radio. I mean, people entertain themselves by exercising.
The wheel on a stick.
Yeah, exactly. or sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes just the stick.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the tentacles like under stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Do you keep yourself all presentable? What about you, Whistler?
I have a question. Did
Yep.
did Garrett actually voice that he didn't want to, be seen?
No, I think so.
I probably would have at some point said that I'm going to try to get a position where I'm not seen. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
When we were splitting up and everything, I imagine that's something I would have mentioned.
Whistler is going to try to help. He's going to tap Nachfin, and he goes. He's basically going. see if I can get the words for this, or if I have to try to pantomime this one. Oh crap! I'm gonna have to pantomime this one. Okay. So he goes, you, and then he just does a pantomime like scene, like.
Yeah, don't translate. That's what you're doing.
D&D charades.
He then points to himself, then goes like around, puts his hands around you, and then puts them beside you.
Listener, should I make this easier and actually ask you what you're trying to translate? So she does. She uses her ability and speaks to his mind. Now tell me what you were trying to do.
I'm trying to tell him that if any of us get caught, I can either make a fog cloud to hide us, or if he really wants to find out what's going on in there, I can make a diversion by making a copy of him, an illusory copy of him.
Oh, I was like, how the hell am I supposed to get a fog cloud from that?
Give me a moment. And he puts a finger up to Whistler and looks at Nachfin. He says if we get into trouble, he can make a fog cloud if we need it to escape. Or he can make a diversion for you, or us, if we get into trouble. And make a copy, right? Alright. I can talk to him.
Well, thank God for that.
I know, right? It makes it so much easier. Unfortunately, it only works if I initiate it. Then he can respond to me, but otherwise,
well, he's very useful.
very much. If you ever need to know what he's actually saying, come find me.
Need, want, it's a very fine line.
Okay, so are you all attempting to be not really officially hidden, but just being
stealthy? Yeah.
Okay, so what?
Yeah, sure.
I need all of you to make me a stealth check.
Oh, maybe.
And I will ask for them in turn.
This time I'm gonna use.
So we will start with Gabriele. What did you roll?
Hang on, I'm getting my dice. Ooh, okay. I got a nat 20.
Oh, very nice.
Do I need to add my mod onto it? Because I didn't. I just took the nat 20 for the nat 20. Do I need to add the modifier?
Yeah, your stealth modifier,
yeah. That would be a 24.
I rolled a total of a 19.
Okay. Well, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, Chris, sorry. She's doing something.
Go ahead.
Are we okay? Or?
Yeah, everything's good.
Okay. You both rolled so wonderfully, so I'm going to compliment that with a 8.
Okay. So, that was you only needed to have the 2. So you are, for the most part, you feel you're doing a fairly good job. You think there for a moment, Nachfin, that you may have been kind of spotted. Someone kind of held their gaze maybe a little too long, but yeah, you're pretty sure it was maybe just.
I'm just a turtle walking down the street, friend. I don't know you.
Oh my word! That was a good one. That would have been an interesting voice to use too. But anyway, I kind of liked what we got.
Did we notice that?
That was totally out of character.
No.
Nope.
Oh, okay, so that's what you're doing. And then we've got Tinkle. You've gone into the actual tavern. And so you're there. You do see the same individuals you saw there before. The person that you are supposed to be following is currently in the kitchen. How are you going about getting to the kitchen? Because in order to get to the kitchen, you have to go behind the bar.
And who's behind the bar?
Currently, we have the bartender. Just pull that up again. I just want to make sure I got the right person. And that's not. That's Theodore, a human with blue eyes and short brown hair and the peg leg. The thump, 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 thump. Can I
And the
help?
cook and the cook in the back, what's his name?
Marty.
Mario? Okay. I go, excuse me, sir. Uh, may I go see Mario? I'm actually trying to learn how to cook, and he's told me that once in a while I might be able to drop by and actually learn a thing or two, but also I could get the experience of a well-established kitchen before maybe I could get more experience.
Martio is well, he's probably pretty busy right about now cleaning up, but
I'm good at cleaning.
after dinner. So yeah, you know what? I don't care. And go on back.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, also too, you have the best ale around here. Oh, I love it. As I keep going in.
The only ale. He just kind of watches you go. Only ale around here. But okay. Um, and you go. You get to the door of the kitchen. It's slightly open, and you see Martio. He is, sure enough, he's just doing that. He's doing up some dishes, cleaning off, some from the dinner rush still. Just cleaning up a little bit.
As I come in, I'm actually going to I want the door to open and then I want to make it go quietly shut.
Okay,
I don't want him to hear it.
make me a stealth check.
Sure, a natural 20 and 27 work?
Yep, that works.
Okay.
So
So,
you do go in. You slip into the door, and you quietly close the door behind you. It was a little bit of you felt that resistance. There was a squeak in there somewhere, but you managed to do it really really slow and close it. And Martio has not noticed your entry.
now is there another door back here in this kitchen?
Yes, there is a door to the back of the inn.
Okay. Does it look like it's locked or like there's a bar down on a wooden bar?
There is a wooden bar down.
Okay. So I come in and I walk right behind him.
Okay, that is going to require another stealth check.
Okay. That's a 15.
Okay. There is a creak on one of the floorboards, but it seems like he's making enough creaks of his own. It really kind of blends in. So you walk behind him.
Okay. And then as I walk behind him, I'll go, good day, sir. How are you doing?
You basically you're watching and you basically attempting to startle Martio as he's doing his cleaning and working. What you do notice when you do this is his body tenses slightly, and without even a thought, he spins, and there is a butcher's knife in his hand as he's looking down at you. It didn't even phase him that you startled him, that you went in behind, or either that, or he's used to kind of being snuck up on. Definitely more than just a cook. So
Okay. So at that point, he has his blade up.
yep.
At this point, with the cutest face that I could make, I would like to use sleight of hands as I bring a knife to his balls.
Okay. Make me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, would a 28 work?
Yep. So you bring a dagger up to the inner part of his thigh, in retaliation to the blade up, and he's just like, now, little guy, now, yeah,
My
don't
mommy
come in.
taught me to defend myself.
You don't be sneaking up on a cook in his own kitchen.
I didn't sneak up. I walked right in through the door. Just because you're deaf and you couldn't hear it, that's not my fault.
Everybody can hear that door, so you snuck your way in here.
No, because the bartender just told me to come in. I could learn how to cook and everything here. He said that you were cleaning up the mess from the lunch rush, and I was to help him.
He just kind of looks at you odd. Um,
Do you have a weird? Is there something weird about your face that it
make
just looks that way?
a deception check.
Deception? Okay.
That wasn't quite true.
15.
He's like, well, yeah. He's never sent me any help before, but I suppose it was a busy rush.
Well, I told him that I'm willing to learn and I need work.
Well, he points over to a basically a table that's filled with like pots and like you can start by putting those all away.
Oh, no problem. Is there something I have to get out back for him? Because he was mentioning that some things had to go outside and then come back in.
Go outside. I don't. It's, you know.
Could I get what normally goes outside? It was very confusing.
That's
I'm new
just
to
the
this.
way I usually come and go from work.
Ah, okay. So, okie dokie. So I start cleaning.
Okay. So you start cleaning. So we're gonna jump over to the market with Daksha. Daksha, you are the market itself because it is late and you're taking your time. Um, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. By about 10 o'clock, most of the shops or most of the stalls, which are food related, fresh produce and so on, they've shut down for the day.
Yeah.
There's still some that are there, like there's still some fishermen that are there off to the one side, still selling what's left of their catches from the day. You do have a couple of odds and ends that are being sold by, perhaps traveling merchants from
Any
different
like wood
places.
carvings or any kind of like woodworkers?
Yeah, there is some carvings. Are you looking for anything specific?
No, I'm just basically because that'll be able to help me span out my time because I can go there and be like, oh, can I, start examining their work and kind of comparing their work versus my work and you know what I
Okay,
mean?
so you're
Like
trying to
kind of
strike up a conversation with
right.
the individual that's selling it. He's
Mhm.
not clearly not the artisan that made the piece,
Okay.
but he does tell you that he this piece he picked up in Pine Pass maybe about 2 months ago, and the craftsman was an elderly woman, um, an elven woman at that too, usually when they say elderly elvish woman, she's
Mhm.
old AF,
Mhm.
as they would say. Um, so you carry on this conversation
Yeah.
and make me just a charisma check.
Okay. That's an 11.
An 11. You managed to drag the conversation out to about 10:35, 10:40.
Mhm.
So it is, you're getting closer to the
Yeah.
time. But at that point, he just kind of, excuses himself. He's got to shut down for the evening and
Yeah.
get to his room. Um,
Okay.
you know, uh, there are a couple of other, random shops though that they're still open, but most of them have really started to shut down. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
there is one that is closest to the road near the tavern, the inn,
Mhm.
and it is basically an apple cart where there's about three different types of apples being sold there. It is a young boy. He's just kind of sitting on a stool beside the cart. and there is a sign on there that's like one copper for 6 apples for half dozen. Um,
Mhm.
So he's just kind of sitting there quietly, not really being vocal about selling his product or anything else. But obviously, he's probably here on an errand from his parents, selling apples from the orchard, and
Okay.
it is getting late, and people leave the bar. They might want something to eat. So
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of go over and use a coffer to buy some apples. And like, since it's a younger boy, I wonder if I could carve an apple like I can a piece of wood. What do you think, little one?
Jeez, sorry about that.
this little boy he's maybe 9 or 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks up at you, a little bit startled, and this look of wonder in his eyes, like, what? Uh, Hi.
Hello. And she'll like on lean down and kind of like go down on one knee so I'm closer to his height.
Even then, he's still looking up at
Oh
you.
yeah.
Uh, uh, Hi. I'm Kenneth.
My name is Daksha.
Daksha. What
I
my
am a
mom would say, I'm
Monster.
so. Oh, thank you. My mom would say I was so rude for asking that, but a
A
locks,
loxodon, yes.
Loxodon. Wow, where are you from?
Oh, far away. And I forget the name of the town because I'm still
Okay,
learning the
no,
names. But she'll
you.
say where she's from. And I travel around and I do like to make things. And she'll pull out one of the little wooden birds she sometimes carves in her spare time.
That's very pretty. I like that. I've heard of the place you're from. My mother,
Oh,
she likes fabrics from there. Very colorful.
yes, yes.
Very.
And she'll kind of like reach out her arms and let him look at the draped clothing she has.
Yeah,
And she
like
does
that.
wear clothing from there. Yeah.
Wow. I can't wait to tell my mom that I met a Loxodon.
Loxodon, yes. And
And
so
he would
and
apples, and he.
yes, so he'll buy the apples for the one copper, and we'll sit down kind of like almost with the boy between her and the bar, and like kind of like where she'll sit down behind the
Right
cart
on the edge of
almost.
the road, there is
Mhm.
one of those low wooden fences uh,
Mhm.
that maybe 2 feet, 3 feet tall. So
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not a big fence, but just kind of like a guardrail type of thing
yeah.
that's put up. Maybe horses can be tied there during the
Mhm.
clear hours of the market or so on. Um, but yeah, so you have a seat, and you're looking at the tavern, and
Yep, and I'll kind of keep an eye on the tavern, but like tell stories of my homeland from him about the monastery. And as I'm doing that, we'll try to carve an apple into a little bird.
okay, so you're gonna have to make me a sleight of hand roll with your proficiency
Mhm.
modifier,
Okay.
and we will get back to that. So we're gonna jump
Yes.
over to Whistler and Nachfin and Gabrielle. So you guys are stationed or walking around the housing area, just kind of walking past and walking to and fro and around, killing time. And the night is passing. It is probably at this time getting closer to midnight. Um, as you're kind of looking up, there is some cloud cover here and there, but it looks like the moon it's almost at its um, the high point. And um, where are you guys stationing at this point?
Um, can we clearly see the the cook's exit from where we're standing?
Yeah, you can see the back
Okay.
door.
So it would be easy to see if somebody came and left and who it is. That's essentially my goal, is that I want to be able to know when the cook comes out and leaves.
You're
So
pretty
however close I would need to get
Yeah,
that
you're
to.
pretty sure that most of the others would probably. I mean, Dota actually lives inside the inn, uh, and Theodo, you know Theodo quite well. Does use the front door, doesn't go out the back. He sticks to the road because of his peg legs.
Mhm.
You know, walking across sometimes muddy dirt and so on. Not the easiest thing for him.
Yeah, I can
And of
imagine.
course, and Silda will usually accompany him when she leaves out the front as well. So the only person that would probably use the back would be a Marthio.
Okay, cool. So I'll just, like I say, I'll just kind of keep watch on it.
Okay, so you're just keeping watch on the door.
Yeah, when I do see it though, when I do see the door starting to open, can I ready in action a cantrip,
Yep.
A minor illusion to just put like a bush in front of us or something like that?
Okay. Yep. So you ready a cantrip for minor illusion, so that when you see the door start to open, you will
Yeah. It's just so that he doesn't
appear
immediately
in front of
spot
you.
us or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay. Not a problem. Gabrielle.
I think he's also kind of following suit along with Nachfin because he is familiar with the area. So he's just kind of trying to blend in a little bit in case when that guy comes out. So we're being stealthy and just watching.
Okay. So you're watching. Whistler, are you doing anything other than that as well?
Given that Knockfin has already casted a minor illusion,
But you don't know that.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I'm just saying
Oh.
it when the door
He's
opens.
readying his spell.
oh, sorry, he readied it. Sorry.
No, yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna ready minor illusion myself then.
Okay, that's fine.
Or actually, no, fog cloud, just in case.
Okay. You've ready that. You guys can all make me perception check, please, and then I'm going to jump to Tinkle inside. So you are actually cleaning and working with him.
Ooh, 18 for me.
Okay, I'll ask for those
Oh yeah.
in a moment.
Yep.
But yeah, so Tinkle, you are cleaning. It is getting late, and pretty much all the work gets done. He starts to prep some stuff, obviously for the next day's meal. And while you're cleaning up, and then all of a sudden it's pretty quiet outside that door.
So I'm really trying to get to know him, um, getting a camaraderie, and trying to make him like me in an aspect. Not in the point of like best friends, but enough that maybe taking me as I really want to come off as I want to learn is the way that I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do my performance on this too as I've been going through the night. I really want to almost like express it as I want to be his apprentice. That's what I've been working on the whole evening with him.
So we are going to make a. Actually, first of all, how talkative is Tinkle being on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, if he gets into the talk, um, then I'm going to be like right
He's
there with
he's
him.
he's not really reciprocating too much.
Okay, then I'm not going to actually push it too much. I'm going to be trying to bite my tongue as much as I can. This is, and also
So
that
a
might,
4 out of 10, 3 out of 10.
well, to be realistically, it's going to be a 6 out of a 10 because
Yeah, okay, it's you. It's Tinkle.
yeah.
Okay.
But also too, if you really look at it, right, one of my traits is I will also lose my focus and try to go on to something else and have to pull myself back
Yep.
because of my racial traits, right? My uh sorry, um lack of focus. So concentrating is like he'll find that I lose my attention really quick and then I'll come back to it and I'm going to be trying to really show that I'm trying to do that.
Okay. So we're going to start off with a deception check because you are you are deceiving him into trying to let him think you want to be his apprentice.
Okay, so that's a deception. That's a 23.
Nice.
Okay.
Jeez.
He seems to be believing that. However, you do get, it, as I said, it's fallen pretty quiet outside the main door of the kitchen. He just seems to be a little annoyed when you ramble on and then you get sidetracked. He doesn't seem to be the most friendly individual that you've met, and you've met some pretty interesting characters. Being a pirate, of course, but yeah, he seems very ill-tempered for the most part.
Okay, so I'm asking him, okay, so when do you think that will be done? How did I do today? And can I buy you a drink and we can hang out a little bit?
Well, first of all, they've already gone home, so the bar's closed. Uh, we'll be leaving out the back. I don't know where you're staying, but obviously you can't stay here. Um, and I guess you were helpful.
Well, thank you. I hope he'll hire me when I come back tomorrow.
Well,
What do
we'll
you
see.
think, sir?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
Well,
see.
that's better than no.
So you see him reach over and he lifts the bar off the back door. And then he reaches over to a table that's beside the door and he grabs what looks like a padlock that was sitting on the table off. Takes it out. Just
Okay.
after you.
Yes, sir. As I walk out.
Okay, so we'll stop there. And at the front, Daksha, you see pretty much customers leaving. No one really going in for the past little while. As you're carrying on the conversation, this young boy is just mesmerized talking to you. Probably has stayed past it. It's definitely past midnight. You do see who you recognize as the server, and Silda, and you see Theodo, the individual with the peg leg, the bartender, leaving the front door. Um,
Mhm.
and they're not locking it, mind you. Um, Obviously, it is an inn, so they're not going to lock it from the outside.
Right.
But they are leaving for the night, and it is the main floor. You do see some lights upstairs in some of the windows, but you do see just a very faint glow coming from the main floor windows. Probably as the fireplace is burning down.
Right. So I think I turned to the little boy and said, I may have kept you too long. Will your parents be worried?
Well, um, maybe, but she hasn't come calling for me yet. So, I
Okay.
know. I better get home. You're right. Well, thank you. I can't wait to tell her.
Yeah, I think she'll lay
The lock. Yeah.
she'll lay the little apple bird in his hand.
Okay, what was your roll on
Oh.
the plate?
17.
17. He takes that, and it's starting to brown, obviously already.
Obviously, yeah.
But it's quite good. And he's very delicate with it as he picks it up. Because if he wasn't, it would probably just fall apart.
Probably.
So he's very delicate, and he takes it, and he seems to kind of put it over with the rest of the cart, and he wraps it up gently with the rest of his apples, and he gets the cart, and he starts. It's like a wheelbarrow type cart, and he starts going down the road with it. Down one of the main roads.
Bye.
All right, where are you going from here? So it is after close, and nobody else has come out other than those individuals.
Now I know that Tinkle's inside and he hasn't come out yet. And did I see the other three kind of head towards the doors or to the building?
You've seen the other three go out back. That's where they left.
Okay. I'm trying to decide if I should shift where I'm at to where I can see the back door or if I should stay where I am. Personally, I think I should stay because it's less likely to get spotted. but I don't know if I'll miss my chance to see him. I think. I think I'll stay for just a little bit longer, but if it like within like maybe 10 to 20 minutes or so, if I don't see any of my other party members or him come out or around, maybe shift where I'm at.
Not a problem. All right. So by the houses in behind, the three of you see the door opening. Boom! Spell goes off for illusion. A bush appears.
Yeah.
In front of the three of you.
Big enough to kind of cover us, but enough that we can still see more or less.
And I guess I'm casting Fog Cloud as well then.
Ooh, what the?
You did say just in case, but in case what?
Well, I was thinking in case we got spotted. Did we get spotted? Oh,
You just seen the door opening.
fair enough. Then I'll wait.
Okay, so
You
you're
would have
waiting.
smacked you hard.
You're kind of looking, and you see the door open, and you see
So
Tinkle walk out the back door. And a moment later, Ardio walks out behind it, closes the door, pulls over a latch, and padlocks it. And
Well, thank you very much, kind sir.
yeah,
That was fun.
you're on your own, and he starts walking towards the road. And that's he's walking actually north towards that house that's in between and towards that road up in that.
Okay. So, sorry, this is the road, or is he going through the grassland?
Like he's cutting across the grass, the little pathways and whatnot, throughout this whole area. So he's just kind of following a path towards the small house. You see him go past the house towards the bigger building that's off in the distance, and then he's
Okay.
walking in behind that currently. And so that's
Well,
at about
then
220 years.
I'm going to start going off into the darkness. And once I get into a semblance of shadows and everything, then I'm going to use my stealth and I'm going to follow him.
Okay. So you are just kind of walking, some of the pathways there behind him. And what are you guys doing as you see this happening? Nachfin, Whistler, and
Nachfin will deal with Tinkle later. He's got a job to do right now, so he's keeping his eyes on the cook.
Okay.
And he will follow him when he starts to move about 50 yards from where we are.
Okay. It's nighttime and you're far enough back that he's not
keep a good distance back though.
So the only thing he seems to be paying attention to is Tinkle for a little bit until he feels secure enough that Tinkle is
sure,
not an issue for him, or so he thinks. So Gabriele, anything you're doing different than that?
Saying Tinkle, she will use her ability to speak to Nachfin. Wasn't he supposed to not to be in there? He's going to get
was.
Annoying little thing.
Mental notes for later.
Yep. I'm gonna throw him over the ship again. And then she's going to very quietly again try and keep up with him and very stealthily follow.
Okay. And Whistler, you're doing the same?
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow them as well, and I'm gonna keep Fog Cloud at the
Ready.
ready just in case we get caught.
Sure.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Boom, boom.
So you guys are following. So you do take a little bit off the beaten path there, Tinkle. You can make me a stealth check. Once you get to a spot where you think you can safely hide.
That was 20.
20?
Do we notice him following the cook?
He sort of is, but not. It looks like he's just kind of veering off a little bit. Probably heading more to the northeast east, or sorry, northwest, where the cook is kind of going almost north in behind that big building.
Okay.
And then you lose sight of Tinkle
Yep.
at some point, as you realizing. You guys get up to where the building, and I'm assuming you're also following at a distance, Tinkle as well, but hidden. Um, you guys know you see him go in behind that large building. He gets to the main road, and then he starts to cut across near one of the farms, or through one of the actual fields. Looks like he's headed at a shortcut to the road, headed to Pine Pass.
Hmm.
I mean, I'll continue following, but
So you're gonna keep following through the field,
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I'm
Okay.
curious where it's going.
and you're gonna do the same, Tinkle.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You guys do get to the opposite side of the field. Those are some felled trees that have been taken down. You do see a large building off to the one side, which is the general store. It is currently closed. That is Neocar's Goods. That would be on the map area for you guys is number 14. And then you get to number 2, and you know this building, Nachfin, not firsthand, but you know of it. It is
Okay, yeah.
Gerbalda's jail. So that is the only town, the village guard that is here, and it's a jail. So he's sort of like a sheriff for the mayor, and that's basically he has a little jail that he's kind of set up here, and sleeps there and everything else. So yeah, that's what that is. But you do see Martio. He's continuing past the jail, but heads up the road. And at this point, we're going to go back to Daksha. It's been about 20 minutes, and you've heard
Yeah,
nothing.
not
It's been-
seeing anything. Yeah, and so I want to kind of move over to where the buildings are, see if if the rest of them are around, kind of look around. I'm guessing I don't find them.
So you go around the building. You don't see any sign of them. You do see a back door, which looks like it would line up to where the kitchen was inside, and it's padlocked from the outside.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm thinking probably missed him or whatever. So obviously didn't go that direction. Can I see any tracks or anything? It obviously it's kind of dark.
Make me a perception check at this.
Okey-doke. If it doesn't fall out of my little roller thing. Oh, I rolled 18 full times. Cool.
Okay.
Plus 14. Or sorry, but yeah, plus 4.
Plus 4.
So,
22.
22. Yeah.
Okay. And can I get those stealth rolls now? Tinkle, you're fine. But from Nachfin, Gabriele, and with
Sure. Let's see here. Come on, baby. Oh, that's good. What is that? That's good. That is a 17.
14?
15.
We're not stealthy.
Okay. So yes, Daksha, you do see all 3 of them. They're at a distance though. They're pretty much behind that building, the big building to the north. At this point is where you see them, and they're moving towards where you know there's some farm fields over in that direction.
Mhm. So what I'd like to do, obviously stuffing is not very fast, but I want to try my best to catch up to them, but not give away my position or anything like that. So if I have to go slow, I have to go slow. But if I can get even just slightly faster than them, but still being stealthy.
Well, they're being
so I can
stealthy.
slowly catch
They're
up.
moving at half movement.
Mhm.
So you're able to pretty easily start to make up ground.
Because obviously, 'cause I'm guessing I can tell that they're kind of trying to be stealthy, just not the greatest at it.
Yeah, even at this point, I mean, you see the 3 of them. You do not see Tinkle anywhere.
Mhm.
You do not see the cook anywhere at this
Mhm.
point. However, you are starting to lose sight of even the 3 as they're heading through that farmer's field.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll try and, again, like try to catch up, but I don't want to be too noisy because I don't want to lose their stealth, even though it's not the greatest. And try to be stealthy. I'm not going to go like directly up to them because I know they're not being stealthy, so I don't want to also be spotted. But kind of a roundabout skirt them.
Okay.
If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're going roundabout, Tinkle, you do see Daksha trying to make up ground coming from behind the inn. Seems to be indirectly moving towards your three companions that you also see moving through those farmers' field. And as for the three of you that are going through the field, you can make me a perception check at disadvantage to see if you notice Daksha trying to catch up.
I just saw this.
12 at disadvantage.
I rolled a total of a 7 at disadvantage.
Okay.
Well, she is trying to be stealthy, even though she's being a little
Gabriele, what
bit
did you?
of stealth.
8
at disadvantage.
So we got a 112. Nachfin, as you're kind of starting to walk through these tall, basically it's like a wheat field, wheat and barley all mixed in there. You think you see something behind you, and as you do turn to look, it's even with an 11, it's hard to mistake the silhouette of a loxodon, moving through the night air, trying to, make double time almost to catch up to you guys.
I'm just gonna keep going at the pace and let her think that she's being stealthy. I'm gonna pretend that we haven't.
Well, you can clearly tell she's not trying to be really stealthy, but she's trying just not to give away your position. That's clear.
Okay, then I'll turn around and kind of nod to her, and then keep going silently.
Okay, so you acknowledge. So they have spotted you,
Mhm.
as you are now moving forward. So you guys all
Once I get close enough that I can keep an eye on them, I'll go full stealth with them.
once you are all past the jail on the road to Pine Pass, you you can see some trees on both sides of the road, coming into view. You do see at almost like a speck on the road in the moonlight, there is an individual walking in the dark, headed in that direction. Now, as far as make me a history check, Nachfin.
8.
An 8. Yeah, well, nothing really rings a bell to you, but you know of the area. As I said, this road is pretty common. It goes as it's Pine Pass is one of the 3 villages that make up the Summer Wave Shores, and of course they have a lot of unique artisans. A lot of unique artisans in Pine Pass that are not necessarily available here in Sorath. Sorath is again a very very much a fishing village, which is they're comfortable. Most of the villages, as far as you know, in Summerwave Shores are comfortable. They're not wealthy or anything like that, but they're definitely not impoverished in this
area.
Yeah. So yeah, you jumping around to that, Tinkle, you do manage to acquire that position. A little bit, you're off the one side. You've kind of used those trees to the north as a little bit more cover to kind of get to that vantage point. You can make me a perception check.
That is a 21.
21. You see Not right beside the road, probably a little bit north of the road. You're north of the road yourself, but a little bit further northeast of you, uh, there is a little bit of a flickering light in the near. Well, it's in the distance, but it's not far distance. Probably a campfire of sorts that you see in that particular direction. Um,
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I know that my companions are back there. I just can't see them. So I'd like to try to go ahead as much as I can, using my stealth ability, but my ability to move faster with Rogue.
yep.
And I want to see if I can scout out ahead to see what he potentially what is up ahead at that light. For I could, if I need to get back to my companions to prepare them, that's my perspective here. I'm going to try to get there, get enough information, and then get back if
Okay.
need be.
And at this point, you do notice that Martio is still on the road, headed up the road, but he is headed in that general direction. The road is
Okay.
headed. So you're doing that. So the three of you that are together walking up the road, Daksha, you've pretty much caught up now as you guys are meandering up the road. You're being fairly stealthy. Again, you're probably you're almost to the point where you could easily lose sight of him just because it's so dark. But you do see him. You are moving up in between those two passes, these two clumps of trees on either side of the road. Make me perception checks.
When I start to lose sight of him, I would like to close the distance to get at least within 25 or 30 feet.
But question, Deacon, would Devil's Sight at all help me to not lose sight of him?
What's the description of the ability?
Let me think. Sorry, he told me about it.
It's okay. You check for that.
Me too.
Also, I have eyes of the dark. I have dark vision up to 120 feet. Does that help at all?
Keep in mind you're about 50 yards behind him at when he first mentioned it. But now Nachfin is trying to catch, like basically losing the stealth a little bit and catching up a little bit.
With Devil's Sight, you can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet.
Okay, so it is so you can see normally at night, just like normal vision, right? So
Okay.
but yeah, you can see him. He's not far off. Okay, yeah. So you're moving up. You do. So Gabrielle, you do see him heading up the road. You do not. Again, you still don't see not or see Tinkle anywhere. Nachfin, you said you want to get within about 30 feet of him?
At least 30 feet, yeah.
Okay, so he's definitely going to notice you approaching. I mean, at that point.
Even if I'm trying to be stealthy with it?
Are you like getting off the road a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I want to make sure that he can't see me, but I mean, I'm not, it's not like I'm running up towards him. I'm trying to actively hide from him.
Okay, so you will have to make a stealth roll at disadvantage. Because again, you're trying to basically still quicken your pace a little bit to catch up, but you're trying to remain hidden.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It was a natural 20. 12.
12? Okay. You think you're staying hidden in the brush, side of the road? Gabrielle?
So I saw him try and go quicker. And how far?
Well, Martio is just walking at a very casual walking pace. He's not rushing. He's not, not being slow. He doesn't look like he's searching for anything. He's just walking up the road.
And how far away are me and Whistler compared to
You do see, you see Nachfin kind of go off the road a little bit. and quicken his pace. Looks like he's trying to catch up because you're still about 50 yards behind him when you notice this.
I'm still gonna say stealthy-ish and stay at the speed we're at, unless he gets in trouble. If he gets in trouble, then I'll help him.
Okay. So you're basically continuing carefully forward.
Yes.
Whistler,
I'm probably going to be keeping pace with Gabriele.
and Daksha.
I'm still going to keep my distance between them so that basically less likely that all the group will get caught, if that makes sense. If
So
one
you're
of us
about
gets caught.
15 feet behind.
I'm not behind, but like off to the side.
Off to
you know
the
what I mean?
side.
I'm still going. That way, I'm still close enough to him, but not
Okay.
close to them. Does that make sense?
Yep. So you're probably
and
closer
I'm
to where
fully
Nachfin
stealthy.
is, because Nachfin has kind of gone off the road a little bit. But
Mhm.
you're about 15, 20 feet away. I mean, keeping your distance a little bit.
But yeah, and I'm trying to be fully stealthy. at this
Now,
point.
you, Gabrielle, you will not get a chance to see this. However, do Nachfin, Whistler, and Daksha, do you guys have any kind of advantage for? Well, actually, Daksha, you can make me straight perception. Nachfin and Whistler, perception with disadvantage.
Of course, I rolled bad this time.
Oof, 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 oof. Well, it would have been a natural 20, but I will take a dirty 20 instead.
Oh, nice. Okay, you see a faint flickering glow north of the road.
By the way, I took a total of 10.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Yeah, mine was an 8.
Like,
and you don't notice. You
it
might have
is some,
smelled, but
sorry. It's something coming towards where
no,
he
it seems like it's a campfire. I mean, you've seen that glow enough in the distance. It's not far away. Maybe
Does it look
100
like he is heading towards that campfire? Like in the general direction of it?
How
Maybe not
long are
necessarily
you
directly towards it.
like? How long are you diverting your attention away from him to the fire, or are you just trying to like? How long are you?
I think I just kind of noticed the fire, but I've got my attention.
You're still
on
focused
him.
on him.
Yeah,
He is starting to.
he's
Yeah, he is
surprised.
starting to veer off towards that campfire.
Okay.
Just starting to.
I will back up to about 40 feet. And then just keep following his stealth.
Okay. All right, Tinkle. So you have gotten close to the campfire. Fairly close anyway. You vaguely in the distance, you still see the silhouette of Martio. You're not sure if he's on the road still, but he's could be coming in this direction. But around the fire, there are two individuals sitting around the fire. They are uh, just kind of joking around a little bit. It sounds like they're not being hushed or guarded. There are a couple of mules nearby with their packs put off to the side. They've got a tent set up there, for spending the night just outside of town. I mean that's what you see.
Okay. Is there any trees around us?
Well, there are around you. Yeah, there's a couple. I mean, not a huge clump of them right now, currently, but there's a couple of like 3 or 4 trees clumped together here and there.
So would you say that there is a tree maybe about 30 to 50 feet away from them?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And so what I'm going to do is go on the opposite side and I'm going to climb up till I have an advantage point for I can see where Mario's coming from and the camp. And then I also want to be able to have a decent area in the tree that I could have a bow out and ready just in case my companions need it.
Okay. So yeah, you get over to the tree, get to a good vantage point. You're watching, you're observing. You get a bow out. You are at the ready for sure. They don't
And
seem to be like on watch or anything like that. They're just it's like casually camping. Um, you mean it's not something you would do any place where you frequented living, but obviously they're comfortable enough around these parts that they're okay with it. And yes, you're pretty sure that Martio is headed in this way.
Okay. And then as I'm sitting there, my hand goes in my pocket to see if I find something like a little bit to munch on that I can just pop in my mouth as I'm waiting.
Yep, you're doing that. Not a problem. You do find something. You start munching away on it.
Cheers is chewy.
Nachfin, you are positive at this point he's left the road, and he is headed straight for that campfire in the distance.
Pardon me. I will rejoin my party members that are following. So Daksha and Gabriele and Whistler, and let them know what I found, and that we should probably approach the fire, but stay at a distance. Although Whistler can be pretty stealthy, is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe it's not such a horrible idea for him to try to get closer to the fire to hear what they're saying, because he can repeat what they're saying because he's a Kenku.
Yeah, that he can.
Okay.
That's just
Not to
just
mention,
an
if
idea.
Gabrielle starts the conversation, he can talk to her in her head.
Yeah, that's
therefore
exactly the
not
other thing too.
giving
They've got
away
a
his
two-way.
position.
Yeah, they've got a two-way. Yeah, that's
Yep.
not a horrible idea.
I can be translator.
Well,
I suggest we do that.
Yeah, so you get into his head. You start a conversation with Whistler. Whistler, you're being stealthy, moving towards the campfire.
Yep.
Make me
Time to shine, buddy. Don't mess up.
a stealth check.
Also, I feel like Doc's is again going to try to be strategic about it, to where
I rolled
like
a 13.
Roll the 13. Is that with your modifiers?
That's what the modifiers.
Okay.
I'll keep eyes on him in case he gets any trouble.
Can I say one thing real quick before he went up? Could I have placed mage armor on him?
Sorry.
I have it at will, and it says I can do it to one willing creature.
Okay.
Interesting.
And what is that?
So in case something goes wrong, and I do attack him, it should give him a little bit more help.
if
Boost his
he
AC.
does not have armor on.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
I don't think.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think that's how it works. Give me 1 second. I'll take a look at
Check your mage armor.
I don't know. He got it because he said it's good for a warlock.
Although I'm
Very
not
good
wearing
for
any
one.
armor anyways.
Yeah, because you're a warlock as well, so or like you're another
Yeah.
Oh no, you're absolutely right. Yeah,
Oh, it is.
you touch a willing creature who is not wearing armor and it protects your magic. So yeah, he would have to take
Are
off
you
his
wearing
armor.
armor?
I'm only wearing a cloak.
He doesn't wear
Yep,
armor.
because
he's
he's
not
also
wearing
a
Okay,
spellcaster.
all right, never mind then.
I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure, but
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You got a little extra
I used to have
protection.
it.
Nice.
And you think you're hidden as you're moving towards the fire. How close are you getting, Whistler?
I'll try to get as close as possible without drawing too much attention.
Well, you got to tell me how close is that?
Is there any kind of like tree or anything nearby them or anything? Just want to make sure before I do anything.
There are some trees about 40 feet away.
Okay, that's probably not within hearing range.
And
though.
you Tinkle, yes, you do.
Real quick, knowing he's going to sneak up, if I can, I'd like to roundabout side skirt the campfire. So if something goes wrong and they try to bolt the opposite direction, I'll be there to cut them off.
Okay.
If
So you're
they're
just
wrong.
kind of, how far away are you staying from the campfire?
Well, I think she'd be decently good at knowing stealth and stuff like that, in the sense of like how far away it's better for stealthing and stuff. So a decent ways away. I'm not trying to hear them or anything like that. I'm basically just going to possibly be able to cut them off if they run off or come in from a different direction to surprise them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of hearing them, how close do I have to
1
be?
second, guys. All right.
Okay.
1 second.
What's happening?
Does he have hearing aids?
I was just running to myself.
They might be earbuds, guys.
Oh. Oh no.
I think it is. I guess we just need to get a good sponsor for earbuds, right?
Hey, we're always looking for new sponsors, right? Apple. If you're listening,
there you
hit
go.
us up. We'll get our people to talk to your people. We'll hit,
Yeah,
we'll,
yeah,
we'll
there you
work
go,
something
there you
out.
go.
I'm back. I apologize to Chatland out there. My earbuds died on me, and I just had to.
No, it's okay. We just sent a proposal to Apple, so it's
Yeah.
Totally sponsor us, Apple.
Yes, Apple. We could use some really good iPod.
That's what I'm
earpods.
saying. I mean, it's
Earpods.
quality
So-
entertainment here, right?
Yeah.
Hey, all my stuff.
Mine
My
too.
dad swears by Apple.
I'd even sell it for the low end. I don't care.
So, speaking of hearing, how close do I have to be to hear that?
You don't know. You need to tell me how close you're getting.
I can't help either.
Nope.
I'm going to assume it has to be 30 feet. So, I'm going to have to go. I'll get up to 30 feet away, and I'll try my best to hear them.
You've gone as you're kind of going in. Mario enters the camp in front of you, and you kind of hear something going on in the distance, and you get a little bit closer and a little bit closer, and you guys are all watching from behind a little bit. You know where he was.
Yeah.
You see Mario just kind of disappear into the light of the fire at a distance. You do see Tinkle as well. You see Mario enter the campsite. You see them share gestures amongst each other. Basically embraces and handshakes. They sit down around the fire together. And of course, you have been clocking Whistler this whole time. And you notice him getting a little closer and a little closer. And then as he's getting to a spot, even you hear the snap of the twig that he stepped on.
Oh no.
As Mario and one of the other individuals
Not his
turn
fault.
and look straight at him.
Gabriele does still have the conversation going with him.
Yes,
Oh.
you have a conversation going with him. You do see them look straight at you, Whistler. You see them hands, they don't draw their weapons, but hands go to their weapons.
You know.
Okay. The first thing he thinks in his head is, crap.
Oh dear.
Okay. And at that point, he's going to panic, cast fog cloud to just get out of there.
Here we go again.
Okay, do you cast Fog Cloud centered on where?
On my position.
On you.
Just to-
And a
just to
Fog
get
Cloud
out.
is what, 30 foot area of effect?
Actually, wait. If I do it on them, actually, it would be better. On them.
Okay, so basically on the campfire.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so it's about 30 feet?
It says 20 feet, 20-foot radius.
Okay, so it's 20 foot radius. So you guys notice this. Tinkle, he's already had the spell prepared. You notice them turn to look at him. You notice their hands go to their weapons, and all of a sudden a 20-foot cloud of fog appears around the campfire. They can't see anything. You see him, you see the cloud of fog, which is kind of glowing an orangish color because of the campfire in the middle of it. But obviously, anybody inside is not visible, and they can't see out of it either at this point in time. And those of you in behind see this cloud of fog appear, and so you have jumped down quietly, Tinkle. Yes, you do. Just so you know, that's really I'm having a hard time seeing seeing the text sometimes. So I miss.
I'm just trying not. I'm trying to go with because I'm separated from the party.
Yeah, I know. I'm just letting you know that I'm sometimes it's hard to pick up on it. That's all.
Instantly, as soon as I see that fog cloud, I'm watching the edges to see if I see anyone leave. I do not want them to escape if I can help it. You know, like I don't want to lose this chance. So I'm staying, holding my position, watching for.
So you're holding your position, Gabriele.
Ready to running.
Seeing the fog cloud go up, I am assuming he's panicking because this is what he does. And I am going to say in the conversation, don't panic, drop it, and give back your ducks.
Okay. So you're doing that. Nachfin, what are you doing?
Trying to calm down the bird.
No, fuck the bird. Sorry, but I apologize.
No, it's fine.
No. It is what it is. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep my eyes as much as I can on the edges of the cloud that I can see to see if anything pops out. Specifically, if the cook pops out.
Yep, and Tinkle, you're also, watching the edges of the cloud to see what's going on. And Whistler, are you dropping the?
I'm going to get behind that tree you mentioned earlier, and I'm going to drop it.
Okay, so you, Tinkle, he walks right past you without even noticing. Heads to the tree that you were just at, and he hides behind it, and he drops the fog cloud, and you're standing there.
Oh, great.
So at this point, they're kind of and there's chaos. They're shouting, yelling. As the fog cloud drops, you notice all of their weapons are now out. They're looking about chaotically. Who are you? Come out.
Okay, at
Daksha's
that point,
just very patiently watching and seeing if they're guarding anything, if that makes sense. Basically, I'm trying to kind of be like, do they have it with them? If they are the people we're looking for. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. So you're looking for that. And so what were you doing, Tinkle, now that you're the closest? You're within about 15 feet of them.
And they have weapons out?
They have weapons out.
Here we go.
Okay. Time to have some fun.
Oh, dear.
So they have
We're
weapons
all
out.
gonna get killed for this one.
This is going to be good.
Oh, boy.
So what I do is I pull off my belt, flick my hair, and I'm going to throw it at Mario, which it becomes a net now.
Okay, so we're gonna have to do an initiative for that at this point in time. So
Well, actually, can I do my flick of the wrist before they can even do anything?
yeah, you can. You know what? Let's do the flick of the wrist.
That'd be a 16 with the sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Keeps talking.
Okay. Nat 20.
Okay.
You are getting so lucky today.
Nice.
Oh my god.
A horseshoe must be right up his ass.
Okay.
So
What happened?
the damage and die 6. So that is a total of 21 points of non-lethal damage as the net goes on him.
Okay, and that's
Drops and
on
squishes him.
Martial.
Yep.
Okay, he drops.
And then I turn over to them, and in a very, I'm going to use intimidating. Yeah, would that be intimidating, or actually I'm going to use persuasion,
Okay.
and I'm going to say, drop your weapons, or I will take you both out myself, just like I took him down in one shot.
Hey, man, we don't have anything. I don't know what you're trying to rob us for. But they dropped their weapons. Like, I mean, we're just trying to camp for the night. I don't know what you're after, but we don't really have anything of value. So they've dropped their weapons.
Okay. And I say, just kick your weapons over.
Okay. What's the rest of you doing as this is transpiring?
Daksha's just sitting in her little spot, kind of just, the whole kind of just sitting, not actually only, but she's just sitting there patiently watching, kind of seeing how it plays out, and basically being silent, being quiet, being the backup surprise if we need it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I have a
you're behind the tree still. Gabriele and Nachfin. I haven't seemed to have noticed you two.
Yeah, so Gabrielle is kind of staying where she is,
Okay.
which I think was behind the tree, kind of like hidden in, so where she can watch, but not be seen.
Okay. So you just kind of tuck yourself off behind one of them.
But she does still have that conversation going with Whistler.
Okay.
So he can tell her
and
what's going on.
Nachfin.
Nachfin is staying out of this one. He's gonna back up another 20 feet and try to stealth and let the children play.
Okay. So Whistler, what is your idea? As you're behind the tree looking out.
I did have a plan, but what exactly did Gabrielle ask of him again?
Nowhere's near you.
No, but I thought she mentally said something to me.
Oh,
she's saying she's leaving it open in case you need it.
It's open. You can have a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, she's leaving it open in case you need to talk to her.
All right. I'm going to cast a spell I haven't casted yet on the campfire. I'm casting Control Flames.
Okay, so now definitely we do need initiatives.
The plan is basically I'm going to try to make a scary image in the flames to scare them.
Okay.
I'm assuming. I was assuming we're engaged now.
Well, you are now.
Well, I mean, he had gotten them to drop their weapons.
Oh.
So you're doing that. So on.
Oops.
What is your initiative, Whistler?
Give me a second to roll it. 19.
Okay, and Tinkle? Just the two of you.
23.
Nice.
Okay, so Tinkle, you go first.
Okay, I'm expecting nothing to happen.
Okay.
And I'm waiting for my companions to come out.
All right, so they're just drawing the weapon, and you're just kind of waiting for your companions. Whistler, you're up.
Okay.
Bell goes off, and this control flame starts to alter the image inside the fire. It kind of looks like a spooky silhouette of a fiery.
Okay, I'm now going to send a transmission over to Gabrielle and say, try to get Tinkle to take. I'm trying to build Tinkle up as scary.
All right, I'll let him know. And so she sends a comment to Tinkle. He's trying to build you up as scared. What would you like to say?
So while this has happened, you're now doing a translation. They're like sitting there going, "What the hell, man? We dropped our weapons. What? Now you're using magic? What?" And they're looking, Tinkle. They're looking at you.
Does it look like I have magic? My hands haven't moved or anything.
Now you bring friends to attack us in the woods. What's up with that?
Well, actually, I came over here. You guys had weapons drawn on me. And in all actuality, I took someone down with a net while you had two knives pointed at me. So there's the difference there.
We just drew our weapons because we were in a fog cloud. Someone fog with magic.
I was in the fog cloud too.
You got pretty close to us. I don't trust you.
Don't trust me.
You sneaking up to a person's campfire at night? What's wrong with you?
I wasn't sneaking.
Now you're telling me
I
your
was
friends out
walking
here.
into a
Wherever you
cloud.
guys are, you better come out. Anybody coming out?
The only one Daksha knows they saw was Whistler.
No.
And
Stay
Gabriele.
away.
Well, now they've seen Tinkle too. They've seen Whistler and
Well, yeah. But
Okay.
Tinkle and Whistler are the only ones they know about, so I'm not moving.
Yeah.
So no one's
Gabrielle's
coming out?
only been doing
I don't see anyone?
mental
no, you don't see anybody.
formations.
I go, okay. So I start walking over to Mario.
Yep, he's lying there on the ground,
I take
unconscious.
my net off of him.
Yep.
And I start walking back towards the city or the town.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's not the one that actually engages. Is what he's playing.
You
out
just kind
as.
of go over and you take your net off and you just kind of turn and walk away. They look really confused. Like, what
Poor people.
what did Mario do to you? And they go over, like as you leave Mario's body, they go over to check him.
Yeah, he's alive. It's non-lethal damage. I just knocked him out.
Yeah, he's out cold.
Yep. And I walk by them. Do I see them?
Oh yeah, they're not being overtly hidden at this point.
I'm on the other side of the game.
And Gabriele still has the link on me.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I say, well, since the friends that I have leave me out there without backup, I'll leave you guys. And I walk back.
Okay, so you start headed back to town.
We did not leave you without backup.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
actually, you did.
Well, if he hadn't have messed up the plan in the first place, we wouldn't have needed backup.
Well, technically, I messed up the plan.
Yeah, their plan was messed up. Okay, so you've headed back to town. Whistler, you're still the only one that they're looking at, like because they only see Tinkle walking away.
Yeah, and Tinkle said he didn't cast their spells. So
Now they're looking, and they seen you beforehand.
Well,
Okay, where are you? And they're just looking around, like they're not speaking directly at your direction.
All right. At this point, I'm gonna try minor illusion. Since now I'm basically I seemingly am trying to since he obviously wasn't taking credit, I have to now try to scare him off in a different way. I'm gonna try putting.
Just out of curiosity, I need to ask a question. Why are you scaring them off? You guys do realize that they had the full legal right to be where they're at camping.
True.
Off the road, and you've kind of encroached on them. So,
Okay.
are you trying to scare them away, or are you just trying to get out of the way?
I should rephrase that. I'm basically just trying to communicate with them through the fire so that I don't have to come out.
Okay, so you're trying to communicate with them through the fire.
And I'm using minor illusion for this.
Okay, so what are you attempting that minor illusion to communicate, and how?
Basically, I'm going to. Oh, it says a sound. It doesn't necessarily say. Okay.
Yeah, you can't say words. Or,
Yeah, that's not what I'm looking to do then. Okay, so that's not going to work. So in other words, I have no choice then but to come out. Whistler's just going to come out, hands up like this. 1 second. He's going to come out, hands up, and he's going to try to say one of his phrases. Well, one of the phrases he's gotten, I should say. Crap. I'm looking to find out who. I have so many of these now.
doesn't matter who did it. You just need to pick.
He's just going to basically say friendly in Nachfin's voice.
So you guys all see Whistler come out, hands from behind some trees on the other side of them, hands up, and in your voice, Nachfin says the words friendly. That's what you see. At this point, they kind of look at you a little bit taken back, Whistler. You're the spellcaster? You attacked us.
Okay. I need to see if I actually have the words to say this now. He'll just be like, and he's just gonna be like, he's just going to be like, no hurt. Yeah, no hurt.
I know hurt. Is that what you're trying to say? I know hurt?
Yeah.
Well, they look back now towards where Tinkle had walked away. They still don't notice your friends. They just kind of look back at you and they bend over and they pick up their swords.
I
Well,
ready my dart to throw near their feet.
why did you
they
attack
try
us?
to get aggressive.
You're not very smart. I don't know how you can cast spells. There's got to be more of you. You got to be the dummy of the group. Where's the where's the rest of you? And they're yelling it out.
Okay.
Where's the rest of you?
He's going to spawn down with a little crow sound. He doesn't like being told he's stupid.
Get out of here. Go back to town. Go back to the inn. Sleep it off.
He's going to just do that and leave it. He's going to do that and just leave it to the rest of them right now because he's already been compromised.
Okay, so you just walk away.
He's just gonna.
They don't make moves to follow. They just they're more concerned about their friend who's unconscious on the ground.
And he's going to say in his mind to Gabriele, "The rest is up to you."
Oh dear. All right. Be safe. Check out Tinkle. He's upset.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, send Whistler to be the one that tries to fix Tinkle.
So Whistler is taking off back to town. So what are the three of you disengaging from your current action, or are you trying to remain here?
Daksha's watching to see if let them calm down. And basically she's watching to see if she sees anyone do anything with any armor. If she finds the armor, basically, anything that looks like it might be carrying armor, anything like that.
They just seem to be just kind of getting him comfortable, setting him back around the fire. They don't look to be guarding or protecting anything. They're just camping in the woods.
Can I see Nachfin? Where he's at?
He's not overtly hidden, but he's
Okay.
at least not from you guys. Like he's hidden from them, but not really.
Because she's gonna message Nachfin and defer to him on this because he was kind of leading them in this particular situation. What would you like to do? Should we call it or should we keep listening? Tinkle's very upset as well.
Tinkle can take care of himself. He's stronger than he looks.
He said we abandoned him.
He's emotional. He will get over it.
All right, so what do we do?
He's just lucky that we do not tell the captain. Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind listening to at least a little bit of what they have to say.
All right. I
Get
think
at
we're
least
gonna
some
exchange
information,
glances.
if you know.
So you
I
you
think-
stick it out for a while. You guys can make me before we wrap things up. Make me listen check.
What perception?
Yeah, for
Perception.
perception. Yeah.
Okay.
So anything if you have any bonuses or whatever because of hearing, then you can use that.
I wish it's only scent, which you'd think elephants would have hearing too, but whatever.
I do not.
Nat 20 Deacon for a 24.
There you go. That's much better than my 13.
Okay. So you
Got a
you stick it
15.
15. You hear bits and pieces of it as well. Gabrielle, you definitely hear it all. As they're having a conversation. At first, it's a lot of confusion about what that was all about. There was confusion about the fact that Nadio had showed up, Martio had showed up in the first place. They don't know why. They don't know why he was coming to meet them in the woods. And then they were, as far as they were concerned, they were attacked. A cloud of fog was obviously summoned upon them. It was definitely unnatural being a 20-foot, area centered around the fire that just suddenly disappeared. And then a little fellow was there, whipping a net out and taking this. So there's a lot of confusion on what was going on. And after about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, Martio starts to wake up. And he's just like, what the hell, what happened? Where'd that little guy go? And they mumble back and forth a little bit, and they said, yeah, he went back to town. What? He was working with me in the kitchen. I don't understand. And then all of a sudden, I didn't think he could cast magic though. The fog. Oh, what's going? Anyway, and they start another conversation. And
Anything useful?
this particular conversation, you hear them talking about the individual they claim to have met in between here and Pine Pass that said that they had acquired a really nice set of armor. So you hear them discussing that. It's not these guys, but about an individual that they had encountered on the road to Pine Pass that said he had acquired the armor and was trying to sell it. They weren't obviously interested. You hear them talking, and he says, and the one guy, and then you hear them, you see them look around a little bit again, and then they go hushed even more so. And Martio leans in to the two of them and says something. And then they just kind of look at each other, and the one guy nods to the other, and then they both look at Martio and nod. And with that, there's a lot of other conversation that starts to mingle in at this point, where they're now just sitting around the fire. And
One question.
yes,
I don't mean to interrupt, but did they mean that the guy was heading towards whatever it is, pass,
Pine Pass.
or
Yes,
coming from Pine?
they from what you gather, it was an individual that they came across that was headed towards Pine Pass along the road and was
Okay.
trying to sell this piece of nice armor or
Okay,
to
so
set
they
up
would have
camp.
been coming from that place to
From Sorath,
Sorath.
probably headed back up. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when I hear that about the armor, I will tell Nachfin about it and what I heard.
Okay.
So that way he knows as well. They still
Yeah.
had that conversation. Kind of
Yeah. Well, I mean, I imagine we'll tell everybody once we
Yep.
get back to the
So you
ship.
guys do share that information. So let me pull something up here. Double
Yeah.
check something. Oh, we did that. Okay. All right. So with that, we are going to wrap the episode because it is after 9 o'clock. So we are going to wrap up for this episode. Will we be back again next Tuesday to find out where Tinkle's headed to? If Whistler can catch him and make it all better. And then what Nachfin and Gabriele and Daksha are going to do with the information they just heard from these individuals camping out in the woods. And that's where we are going to leave it for now. And perhaps we'll get a little closer to where we're supposed to be next time. So
we're getting there.
we're getting there little by little. So I'm going to go around the table and just ask everybody to introduce themselves and let people know where to find you. And we'll start off with Nachfin again.
I'm Garrett. I've played Nachfin. You can find me on Twitter at I am Theatricus, all one word, and on Instagram at that D&D guy.
So, and Daksha.
My name's Naomi. I go by Dag_Crystal for most places. Discord, obviously, for each server, I change it to whatever character I'm playing, but the main one is still Dag_Crystal. So.
And yeah, Tinkle.
My name is Patrick, and
Think about that for a minute.
I'm just making sure that my mic wasn't muted. So, and I'm just out having fun with all of my friends here and having a blast.
Okay, and Gabrielle.
I'm Lorelai, and you can find me on Facebook at Lorelai Redford, and I'm on the Discord as Grey Wolf, and you can find my Twitch at Dag and Gray's Adventures.
Excellent. And Whistler.
I'm Jack. I was playing Whistler. You can catch me on Twitter at Black Lantern 8th. And you can catch me on the Discord by the same name or by the various characters I play, such as Whistler and Valnon, etc., or as the Rune Scar DM.
Excellent. And I am Deacon Blues. You can call me Chris. And I am the Dungeon Master and the head of DeaconsTable. You can find me on all socials except for Twitter at DeaconsTable. And in place of Twitter, I'm on Tidal Social. That's TIDEL social.com. And you can find me on there as well at DeaconsTable. So again, thank you all for tuning in and sharing with us these couple of hours of fun and excitement along the southern expanse, an area of ocean in the world of Oiala-ndor for a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons homebrew campaign setting. So I'm really glad that you were here, and I hope you can join us next Tuesday. However, tune in as well at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday as we come to you with another episode of our Minecraft New Beginnings. And we will be starting, of course, our modded Minecraft series probably next week. So looking forward to doing that as well. So anyway, guys, make sure you are being excellent to one another And of course, when you're out there playing, above all else, make sure you're playing safe. And bye for now. That was bad. I'm not going to do a raid tonight. It was too much going on, and trying not to vomit. Yeah, just holding it together. That's all. That's all. Yeah, you got a lot going on for sure. Yeah, I got to do the garbage and whatnot, but yeah. So, but yeah, it was fun, guys. See you next week. Yeah. Oh, why am I feeling so sick? That's a plan that backfired, 100% from moment one. Yeah, you were trying to get to the other side, but when that cloud cleared, they were just kind of heading in that direction, not knowing where they're looking. But you were there, and that was the problem. But they had their weapons out already. Oh my goodness, yeah, it was kind of gone from just following a distance to see where he's headed, what's going on, and that went sideways really quick. Yeah, he just wanted to follow from a distance to see where he was headed. I thought that was disgusting shit. Okay, so you left right away. Well, you were only 40 feet away from them to begin with in the tree. So when you came down to go to the other side of the fog to go around it, you're there. You're in the open. Because there was only the three trees where you were, and you were in those tree areas, and then when you came down to go close to the fog, now you're within about 25 feet of them, so you're 5 foot outside of the fog. So when it dissipated, he dropped the fog at the wrong moment. Why you put the fog up in the first place, I don't know. No. Okay. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it is what it is, and it was just, I mean, honestly, I know why you were trying to be quiet, but at the same time, it was getting too much for me to juggle back and forth screens. I'm like, what? I can't even read half of it. I'm not focused on other things. Trying to read up on that and keeping that in mind. So, oh well, it's not. Yeah, we're gonna. I think for next episode we'll have to do everything though on the mic and stream because the chat wants to know what you're doing. That's the other thing. That's the other thing I was just trying to think of as well. I'm thinking, okay, I get it. I know why you're doing it because normally if we're at a table ourselves, there's quite a note passed here and there to to keep things quiet and hush hush. Yeah, I don't think there's a way of for me doing that anyway. Not that well, I can do some more homework and see if I can find something, but yeah, that's an idea. Something that can pop up on the screen and let the chat know, where even if they can see your see your messages, and that way they know what's being done. But yeah, it's just, we'll figure it out. Anyway, I gotta take the garbage out, guys, and then I'm going to bed because I think I'm gonna be throwing up very soon. I don't know why. It's just, my meds are not settling with me right now. You too.